Rishi. Good morning. It is somewhere around 8 o'clock in the AM on Wednesday, the 6th of August, 2025, in the lunar cycle Bakipists Otsidates, when the choke cherries ripen, which is the 5th of our 6 summer lunar cycles this year. Summer is starting to wane down and feeling it a little bit in the length of the nights. Morning's coming a little bit later, dusk is coming a little bit sooner. I've still got lots of work going on. All the summer work is happening. I've got skunks and raccoons and rattlesnakes and wasps and what else? Lots of outside jobs, just basically. This morning we are headed over to the south side of town right now to pick up a skunk. We may have one on the west side as well. I'm gonna have to go check it out and see if we've got one or not. The client hasn't got back to me on it. I do have a wasp nest that needs to be cleared, but I don't think I'm gonna do that until Friday. Just the timing of it. Doing a little bit of running around this morning. Take the dogs to the dog park, and then this afternoon I'm doing some weed whacking out in Wellings, which is a little drive out of town, maybe a half hour out of town. It's a farm where I'm going to do some weed whacking, and then we'll see what all comes up. I do got a little bit of footage from the past week or so. I've had a couple of exciting snake calls, not rattlesnakes, but other snakes. We'll get to that. Oh yes, we've got a skunky. Hey, little one. See tail. All right, we're gonna go to the river, skunker. Hey, Taylor, that's enough. We're on the west side now, and I can see the trap, and it's still open, so no skunkies over here. So I guess that's it for our skunk morning. We're just gonna go run these dogs. Had to make a stop here at the University of Lethbridge campus for a snake call. Supposedly along the path here, close to these residences, especially number 53. So we'll just take a little quick look around. Rattlesnake. Nobody's kept their eye on it, so my suspicion is that we're not gonna find it. It's probably down a gopher hole somewhere by now. And the open coulees are just right here to get back into for them, so these kind of situations usually don't find the snake. Yeah, not likely I'm gonna find it. All right, we'll wait and see if anybody calls back again. Let's take a real brief look at this little hill here. Yeah, see, it's all gopher residences up in here. So no doubt the snake is hunting and probably down a hole by now. All right, so we'll just give it a wait and see if anybody calls back again. Just out at Popson Park now, doing our rounds. 'Tis the season for sneezeweed, which is supposed to be a plant that you can use for kind of a snuff to induce sneezing, to clear, stuffed up sinuses and this kind of thing, runny nose. But I tried it. I took some home and dried it, ground it up, sniffed it, and it just burned the heck out of my nostrils. It did not induce sneezing. So I don't know. Can't always believe everything you read in books. But a lot of people know it as sneezeweed, so maybe it just doesn't have that particular effect on me. Anyway, got a little bit of footage that can share from, like I said, this past week. Most of my footage is unfortunately on the video cameras that I can't really download onto the phone. So without my laptop, I'm out of luck a little bit. But I do know that on the one occasion, I was called to a food processing plant here in southern Alberta. I'm not going to say where, but they had got a shipment in from Missouri, and on one of the pallets, amidst whatever the goods were, there was a large black snake, which sent everybody in the plant into a panic. There's fortunately a couple of guys there that didn't mind trying to deal with it, so they put it in they managed to maneuver it into a bucket, and then they phoned me to come pick it up. And it was they were thinking it was a western king snake, and so I got there and snapped a picture of it. I don't really know all the snakes from Missouri, and so I sent the picture to ChatGPT and asked them, what kind of snake is this? ChatGPT thought it was a western king snake as well, so I went with that. I made a video clip. I did it on the regular camera, which I could have used for this video if I had a laptop, but I also did it on my phone to post it on social media. So what you're going to see is what I got on my phone, which is the lengthwise presentation of the snake after I picked it up. You don't get to see the capture. That's all on my other camera. But maybe, when I get another laptop going, I'll have some back video to share. That could be a while. So that'll be the first clip you're going to see here. The second clip is going to be me capturing what is the largest bull snake I've ever captured in Lethbridge just the other day, and then my video recording of the release. So let's look at those two clips, and then we'll see what else we're going to get into here today. every so often something really cool will happen around here. And today for me, that really cool thing is this big old western rat snake who's stowed away on a pallet to a food plant here in southern Alberta. And I was fortunate to get the call to come pick him up. So yeah, this is probably going to be the highlight of my snaking summer, actually. I mean, if you're from Missouri, you're probably like, who gives a fuck about that rat snake? But me here in Alberta, this is the first time I've ever handled one or come across one like this, and so it's a cool thing. Unfortunately, he's really in his shed right now. You can probably see right shedding, so we don't get to really appreciate the patterns and colors on his back. He's got a little bit, you can see it better in the light, in the sunlight, but you know, mostly he appears to somebody as a black snake.
Might ever take a quick video of it?
Yeah, go for it. Don't be biting on me.
Yeah.
I've been bitten by too many bull snakes.
Yeah, I heard they bite hard. Holy Christ.
They just bleed a lot because they got a ton of teeth.
Yeah, I heard they got a nasty bite. But that's a pretty big one, eh?
That's a really big one, yeah. That might be the biggest one I've ever seen here, too.
Oh, really?
To tell you the truth, yeah.
Well, we got him.
All right, well, you got to go in the bucket, though.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Oh, yeah. Bigger than I thought.
Yeah.
That was 6 feet. I was like, oh, it's a good-sized snake. All right, well, snake wrangling has been pretty exciting the last little bit in Lethbridge. You know, last week I had that one and only plain-bellied water snake that I thought was a western rat snake. Came in on that pallet from Missouri. And today I have what is most certainly the largest bull snake that I've ever picked up in Lethbridge. This is a big, heavy snake. Easily 6 feet long and nice and thick. I picked him up in Legacy Ridge, up there eating gophers. Gonna let him go down back here in the bottom of the wilderness park and find his way back up and wherever he needs to go, but out of the way of the people, you know. I didn't get to record the capture, unfortunately, but it is what it is. But yeah, this is a giant snake. This is a big snake. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna let him go here. All right, leaving the house. I just got home, dropped off the dogs. Before I got here, I received a phone call from an older fella who has a raccoon issue at his house. And that guy talked to me pretty much the whole time I was on the road back from the dog park, even as I made my way through the grocery store to buy lunch, which includes some fried chicken and dill pickles and a little bit of juice and such. I don't know if you can tell. I'm sure you can tell. I picked some sneeze weed. I'm gonna dry it out and try that experiment one more time, just so I can be totally sure in my head that whether it works or not. By last time it just fried my nose. I don't know if I've dried it enough. I don't know if I powdered it enough. I remember it being pretty hard to get into any kind of real powder, so I don't know. We'll see. I'll give it a better try this time. Anyway, I'm off to do some weed whacking, but on the way, I need to stop at a residence here on the west side and set up a raccoon trap and maybe climb up on her roof and take a peek down her chimney, because it seems as though the raccoon is holed up in the chimney. And she doesn't know for sure whether there's one or more. I'd like to kind of get a sense if I'm catching a whole family or just one. There's a lot of traffic backed up over here. Not sure what's going on. There might be an accident on Bridge Drive or something. But yeah, let's go take a look at that raccoon scene real quick, and then we got to go out, stop at Tom's for the weed whacker hardware, and go out to Welling and do that job. Hopefully won't get another snake call in between. You seen the one I got earlier, just before the dog park. There wasn't much to that, but I wouldn't doubt if I get more today. It's 24 degrees Celsius right now, getting a little bit too hot for the snakes to be comfortable moving around. So we'll see what the rest of the round holds. But let's go check out this raccoon situation. All right, this is the raccoon house. One of the raccoon houses I'm setting up at today, where you can see what kind of easy access that they have to the roof right here. Very simple for them to get up there. Haven't really peeked around the other side of the house or anything. We'll take a look while we're up there. I don't know if the client's home, so I'm not going to go in for backyard if I don't have to, but my ladder's set up here, so let us climb up and take a peek into the chimney and see if indeed there is a raccoon living in the chimney. Or if it's in the soffits, because that soffit over there looks kind of pushed in. We'll see. Get access to the chimney anyway. Oh, there's the client. She's in her backyard. Ahoy there! Hello! Well, anyway, let's take a look. Wonder how I can prop this up here. Here for shoot. This little tripod that I have to use right now is not particularly good for setting at weird angles. I see nobody in there, but let me check some of your soffit areas. It could be in the crawl space. Are you hearing him in the chimney for sure? Oh. Yeah. Yeah, a board and a big heavy rock. Yeah, I see nobody in there. So we're going to try to cover the chimney. Just checking the soffits here. It's all good, all good. No, this one's good. Thought it might be pushed in. It's not. Lots of raccoon poop. It's definitely been coming. Don't see him in there. The soffits look good. These ones as well. So I don't know, I'll probably just peek in there one more time so I feel like 100%, and then we'll just board it up. All the soffits look good.
Do you see any strata there?
Yep. So this is our temporary solution. Bit of wood with a nice heavy rock over it so that the raccoon can't get in there. Definitely wasn't in there. I went and looked again, had a good look, had her open the flue downstairs. No movement at all, so it's not there. So I don't even think we're gonna have to trap here. I think this is gonna be the solution and we're gonna be done. Well, not the total solution. She's having chimney sweepers come over and clean it up and then cap it. So I don't even know if we need to trap.
As long as we block it off, right?
Yeah, it's all blocked off, and
It's the neighborhood ones, but I want my raccoon.
yeah. Yeah, I think it's a done deal. So I'm out here at the farm in Welling. Not sure what time it is exactly, probably about 1:30, something like that. I've been out here for like 40 minutes probably. Brought a weed whacker from Tom's, filled it with gas, got it started up, did just a little bit of weed whacking with it, and then it died out and it wouldn't restart for me. So I called my buddy and asked him, you know, what do you think's up with this? Do you think, is there another weed whacker here I can use? So there was one down in the shed down here on the farm that I could use. But what I learned was that those weed whackers, I knew this before, I don't know why, I just don't do it often enough with these with the gas powered weed whackers. But anyway, they require mixed gas. And so what happened with Tom's must have been, because I just put in straight unleaded and it kind of like fucked it up a bit. So, and I noticed it was getting really hot, you know, after just a little bit of use. So I might have, I don't know if I fucked up his weed whacker motor or what. We'll have to see about that. Then I got that other weed whacker out of the shed here, and I started it up. But as soon as I start like triggering it to actually, you know, function as a weed whacker, it dies out on me. And I probably started that thing up 30 times, I'm guessing, and tried different things with the choke and all of this. Called my friend, I'm like, I'm frustrated with this weed whacker here, man. I don't know what's up with it, but it's dying on me every time I actually start using the trigger on it. And he was telling me, well, it shouldn't be, it's working, it's been working just fine. I got this girl out there weed whacking all the time, different stuff. She uses it, no problem. I'm like, fuck. So you never want somebody to tell you that you're doing worse than a girl at a physical job. Not that that's impossible at all, but you know, like, it did sting a little bit. So I gave it another, you know, 10 or 12 tries. I emptied the fuel from Tom's weed whacker back into my jerry can, and refilled it with the mixed stuff that is here at the farm. Nothing worked. Couldn't get either weed whacker to work. I am going home with my tail between my legs. I failed. I failed at the simple task of coming out and doing a little weed whack job. I'm embarrassed. I'm humiliated. I'm hoping there's actually something wrong with the unit in a way. And not that I want anything bad for my friend and his equipment, but I'm hoping it's not entirely just that I'm too fucking stupid to operate it correctly, you know? Anyway, I do have an appointment with Tom to go look at another job at 4 o'clock. I'm not going to show that on video. But I'm going to probably between now and then go over to the north side of town and set up a double raccoon trap. The old man who called earlier, at least I suspect he's old. He's wanting 2 traps over there, so I'm going to go set those up. And then we'll see what else the round holds. It is what it is. It's just coming on 7:30 now in the PM, 19:30 hours, and I am headed back to Lethbridge. I've been out in Coaldale doing a couple of jobs for my friend Tom, some spray work and stuff, and yeah, now I'm finally headed home. I'm gonna stop at the grocery store and get something for dinner. Never did get to show you guys that raccoon house that I set up at. I just felt uncomfortable with the client, you know, assuming that I could show his place because it's he has an unusual place, and perhaps we'll see it on some of the raccoon pickup videos. But he's a gardener, but he's a kind of a different kind of gardener. Hey, his whole yard is just absolutely full of plants. He's got hedges covering his crosswalk so you can't get to it. You go into his backyard, there's kind of a narrow trail to get back there, and then but once you're back there, it's like a food forest, a thick food forest though, one that is not easily moved through. But I love it. I loved it. It was great. We had some good talks about, because he lets stuff like catnip and burdock and stuff grow in there, because he knows even though other people think it's weeds, it's all good stuff, useful stuff. Interesting dude. He was an older dude, Japanese fella. Any case, maybe we'll get to see some of that in a future round here when I go pick up some raccoons in the morning at his place. It's no mystery why raccoons like his place. You'll find out. Anyway, I'm headed home. I don't know, this might be the end of the video. That might be the end of the round for today. Probably. I don't think I'll make it a double round video. It's probably long enough. I got to assemble this one on my iPhone and load it up, you know, via iPhone alone. So it's probably a good length already, and we'll see what tomorrow brings. I may do video, I may not. All right. Unless I get a snake call, get them a sit. you. Where's the other trap? It's probably under the tree.